Episode 4 of Pathways Plus is brought to you by Dave and Robin Faldmo, Matt and Rebecca Callahan, and supporters like you. For more information, go to www.pathwaystoenglish.org. Hello, welcome to episode 4 of Pathways Plus. Today we will be talking about parentheses in math. To explain this concept, I want to tell you a little story about my friends in Haiti. Let's slide and I'll read you this story. So I have a friend named Jenica, and Jenica has 10 donuts. And she wants to share these donuts with Alicia. She wants to split them equally with Alicia. So she has these donuts and she wants to split them equally. Okay, so let's write this down so we have a better idea of what is going on. So we have 10 donuts. So I'm going to write 10 donuts. And we have Jenica and Alicia who want to split them equally. Equally means they both get the same amount. So split between Jenica and Alicia. If you want to get out a piece of paper and pencil and do this with me, you're welcome to. And it might be helpful down the road if you do have a pencil and piece of paper. So we have 10 donuts split between Jenica and Alicia, or 2 people. So Jenica is so excited because she gets to split these donuts with her friend Alicia. But then something happens. Let's slide and see what happens next. Then Juvinky and Robinho see the donuts when Jenica's off playing, and they think, those look tasty. So both of them take 1 donut each. So Juvinky takes a donut for himself, and Robinho takes a donut for himself. Let's write that down just so we have it all out on the board. So 2 donuts are taken by Juvinky and Robinho. Okay, and now let's slide to figure out what is this problem asking. So our problem is asking, how many donuts do Alicia and Jenica get each after the 2 were taken? So we want to know how many donuts each of the girls get after they're taken. So let's write that down. How many donuts do Alicia and Jenica get each? One important thing is the word each, because that means we don't want to know how many Jenica and Alicia have all together. We want to know how much Alicia has and how much Jenica has. So it's separate. We want to know the exact amount. And remember, they do want to split them equally, so they'll have an equal amount. How are we going to figure out this problem? What are we going to need to do first? Let's take a look at our board. We start with 10 donuts, right? Now, do we want to split them evenly first? Or do we want to take away 2 first? What happened first? Did they split them? Or did they get them taken away? Right, they got them taken away first. So we need to first take, how many did they get taken away? 2 donuts, right? 2 donuts taken away. So we're going to do 10 minus 2, and then after they took 2 away, they ended up splitting them now. So then we're going to divide them because we have the donuts, and we're going to divide them by 2, by the 2 girls. Now, what did we do first? We subtracted. To show others what you need to do first in a math problem, you use something called parentheses. And they look like this. They're just little half circles that you put around it. And that means you need to do this first. Okay, let's see if we get a different answer if we put the parentheses around here. So I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to show you the difference between the two. Here is the difference between the two problems. They have the same numbers, but we have parentheses around different things. And remember, parentheses means you need to do it first. So here's our problem. Remember, we have the 10 donuts, and I'm going to draw 10 donuts. We have the 10 donuts, and then we get 2 taken from Juvenki and Robinho. Let's cross off 2. And then after the 2 are taken, we have to divide it between the 2 girls. So I'm going to put E for Alicia, D for Jenica. E, D, E, D, E, D. So it looks like Alicia gets 4 and Jenica gets 4. So they get 4 donuts each. Okay, so let's see what problem shows that. So remember, parentheses means do it first. So 10 minus 2 is 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Okay, now if we do it this way, we have to do 2 divided by 2 first. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. Then you do 10 minus 1 equals 9. So do you see how using parentheses will change the outcome of your answer? If you put it here, you're going to get 4, which is the correct answer. If you put it here, then you're going to get 9, which is the wrong answer. So remember, they took 2 away first, so that's why we put parentheses around it, and then we divided it between the 2 girls. Let's slide to our learning target. Our learning target for today, if you want to say it with me, that's awesome. Ready? I am learning to solve problems with parentheses. Awesome. Let's slide to our keywords. Our keywords for today are, first, parentheses. Remember, parentheses are just these right here, the little half circles. So these are what parentheses are. Sometimes we use them in writing, and we'll talk about that in a future episode about what parentheses do. But we use them in writing, and we also use them in math. Our next keyword is first. We'll talk a lot about first when we're using parentheses, because when we use parentheses, we will use the word first a lot, because parentheses mean that we're going to do whatever is in the parentheses first. Our last keyword is after. Now, this is an important word when we use parentheses because whatever is not in the parentheses, we will do after we do whatever is in the parentheses. Let's slide and I'll model a few problems for you. Okay, if you have a pencil or a piece of paper, feel free to get it out and do this problem with me. This problem says 4 plus 3, in parentheses, times 5. So let's write that down. 4 plus 3, make sure it's in parentheses, times 5. Remember, parentheses means you need to do it first. So let's do 4 plus 3, because it is in the parentheses first. What is 4 plus 3? 7. And now we do what is outside the parentheses, times 5. Okay, what is 7 times 5? Who can tell me? Great job, 35. So 4 plus 3, in parentheses, times 5 is 35. Great. Let's slide to the next slide, and I'll model one more. All right, here is our next problem. 20 minus 15 divided by 3. On this problem, the parentheses aren't in the front of the problem. They're in the back. So let's write it down, and we'll figure it out together. 20 minus, in parentheses, 15 divided by 3. Okay, what are we going to do first? Are we going to do 20 minus 15 or 15 divided by 3? Great, we're going to do 15 divided by 3 because it's in parentheses. So let's do that. What is 15 divided by 3? So remember, when we divide, we're going to we have 15 things, and we're putting it into 3 groups. How many will be in each group? Awesome, we'll have 5 in each group. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. Now let's drop this down. What is 20 minus 5? And I just want to show you 20 minus 5 on a normal, if we do it like this, 20 minus 5, just so we can practice this. So let's split it up. What's 0 minus 5? We can't do it. We need to take away from the 2, make that a 1, and then carry this. So what's 10 minus 5? 5. And then 1 minus, we don't have anything here, so it's a 0. We get 15. So 20 minus 5 equals 15. 20 minus 15 divided by 3 with parentheses around 15 divided by 3 is 15. Now I want you to practice some on your own. So let's slide to the next slide, and I will give you the problem that you will practice on your own. Okay, try this one on your own or with someone sitting next to you. We have 3 times 2, 3 times 2 in parentheses, times 4. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. You work on it alone or with someone next to you, and then we'll come back together and we'll see if we get the same answer. Go ahead. Okay, welcome back. Let's see if you got the same answers I did. So I did 3 times 2 first because it was in parentheses. I got 6, then I multiplied 6 times 4, and I know that 6 times 4 is 24. Did you get that? If not, that's okay. Maybe work with another person next to you or see if someone around you did get it. We have a couple more practices, so you have a few more to really get it in your head what is happening. Let's slide to the next practice. For this practice, you are doing 32 minus, in parentheses, 5 times 5. I'll give you a few seconds to do that on your own or with someone sitting close to you. Go ahead. Great. Let's see if you and I got the same answer. So I did 5 times 5 first because it was in parentheses. So 5 times 5 is 25. And then I just brought this down, 32 minus 25. I'm going to do it in the standard algorithm where we just do this, just so I practice. 32 minus 25. I'm going to take this, because I can't do 2 minus 5, take this away, add a 1, 12 minus 5, I know is 7, 2 minus 2 is 0, so our answer is 7. One way I do subtraction is I just count up. So I know 32 minus 25, I count up, I know 25, I need 5 more to get to 30, and then 2 more to get to 32, so I know it's 7. There's lots of different strategies. I just wanted to share with you what I do in those types of subtraction problems. Great job. Let's slide to the next slide and practice one more before your lab work. Our last problem that we'll practice is 20 divided by, in parentheses, 5 times 2. So get out your pencil, your piece of paper. Maybe this time everyone tries it on their own. Unless you're really struggling, maybe someone is helping you. But if you're not struggling, try it on your own, and let's see if we get the same answer. Go ahead. Welcome back. Let's see if we got the same answer. So I first did 5 times 2 because it was in parentheses. So 5 times 2, I know is 10. And then after, I did 20 divided by 10. 20 divided by 10. you have 20 things and you put them into 10 groups, how many things are in each group? So I know 20 divided by 10 is 2. If you need to draw out division, that's fine. I'll show you really quick how you can draw out division if you're struggling or you're still learning division. So you can draw out 20 things, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you have 20 circles, and you want to split them into 10 groups, or you want to have 10 in each group. So let's say you want to have 10 in each group, and you want to know how many groups you have. So let's put 10 of these circles in a group. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you have 1, 2. 2 groups. That's just a way to do division if you're still learning it or you're still struggling with it. If you feel like you have multiplication down, you can use multiplication to find division answers. So you could do 10 times what equals 20? 10 times 2 equals 20. Those are just 2 strategies to help people that are still not quite there with division. Awesome. Let's slide to our lab work for today. Here is your lab work for today. You have 5 problems, and in those 5 problems, you have parentheses. Make sure that when you do the problems, you do whatever is in the parentheses first. I'll give you some time to do it on your own. You'll pause the video, and then we'll come back and I'll give you the answers. Pause the video now. All right, let's see how you did. Let's slide to the answers. Okay, let's see how you did. Let's slide to the answers. Go ahead and check your answers. See if you got any wrong. If you did, work with people around you to figure out what you did wrong. Pause the video, and then we'll come back and review our learning target. Pause the video now. Let's read our learning target together. I am learning to solve problems with parentheses. Great. Now we need to self-evaluate to see how we did today for this lesson. So let's slide to our self-evaluation slide. If you feel great about parentheses in math and you got all your lab work correct, give yourself a 3. If you feel pretty good about it, but there's a few things you're a little confused about, or maybe you got 1 or 2 wrong on your lab work, give yourself a 2. If you are completely lost, you have no idea what parentheses are, and you do not feel great about this content, give yourself a 1. Remember, all of the numbers are great because you're being honest about what you know and what you still need to learn. On the pathway to learning, it doesn't matter where you are on the path, it just matters that you keep walking. So if you feel like you're a 1, maybe use someone around you that's a 3 to help you learn. Always try to use each other to help each other learn and grow and stay on the pathway. Great job today. I'm so proud of you guys. You've done 4 episodes now of Pathways Plus. Keep going, and we will see you next time.